Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Yu. Welcome back to Beach Boss. We missed you last week, but in case you weren't here the week before, we are going to be throwing down with Ray Paulick and a special guest every week to see who has the best handicapping chops. So far, the score is 0-0, so nothing really big to report. But let's bring in not only Ray Paulick, who is our resident handicapper, but also this week's guest, Chris the Bear Fallica from ESPN. And I think this is going to be a really great showdown, especially after our first week with Larry Colmus, Ray. Both of you guys netting big fat zeros.
Yeah, we didn't do so well, did we? And I'm a little bit concerned about this week because the Bear he's had a lot of time on his hands. He's been playing a lot of races. I know. I follow him on Twitter. And
too many races.
And he's really sharpened his claws, shall we say?
Well, Chris, do you play a lot of Del Mar? Because I feel like I watched your Twitter. I see a lot of Saratoga. So maybe Ray can sneak in with the local knowledge.
I was going to say, I think he's going to get that home court advantage there because any information I'm getting is coming from Colmus. And as we showed last week, that isn't very helpful. But I do play a lot of Del Mar. Actually, I played pick 5 last night, didn't hit it, but that seems to be status quo for my summer thus far. Actually, funny is that my first big pick 6 score that I ever hit was at Del Mar 2013 with a full D'Amato horse, and I Run for Fun capped it off and paid for a nice trip to Egypt and Greece. So Del Mar always has a soft spot in my heart.
I like it. I like the nice info there. Too bad there's nothing in the race that's actually going to be our feature race, I don't think, from Phil D'Amato for you to lean on. We will jump into that real quick, but I just want to lay it out for everybody in case you're brand new. Anyone can play along with Ray. Every day, if you go to DMTC, you can log in to play this free handicapping contest, which has an amazing prize, by the way. As your money accumulates at the end of the season, if you have the most money, you can win 2 tickets to the Breeders' Cup when it's going to be run here next year in 2021. So that's going to be super exciting. But we do have this weekly a handicapper head-to-head here with Ray and our celebrity guests. So, Ray, I'm going to let you kick it off. This week's feature race on the show is the Grade 2 San Clemente. It's a doozy, filled top to bottom with quality turf fillies. Are you going to go the all-in-one box, or are you going to go the spread angle?
I'm going to use a couple horses here, Michelle. This is an interesting race. The horse that really makes it interesting is Cheermeister, who's coming in from Florida. She needs the lead. And if she gets an easy lead, she's going to be tough. I'm throwing her out because I think that Peter Miller's he's got a couple of horses in here, I think, that can keep her honest. Mm-hmm. And I think what it ends up doing is I think we're getting a very quick pace, and it's going to set it up for a filly who has yet to win in this country. And I hope Larry Colmus can pronounce it right because I probably can't. It's Croughavouke. Yeah, and she's a late runner. Mm-hmm. Her last race was I thought really good, considering there's a little trouble down the backstretch before she could launch her rally, and she will be flying at the end. And I hope the pace is quick enough to set it up for her.
She's just gotten beat by a lot of these before. I'm concerned with the cutback in distance, although I like the pace set up for her.
Yeah, I mean that's the key, and I don't think necessarily the cutback in distance is going to be that big of a difference. She's going to unleash a rally as she always does. But you asked me about spreading. I'm also going with a little bit of a mystery horse that Carla Gaines has in here, Over Attracted, that Mike Smith is riding. It's only had 1 race in this country. I thought it was a really strong second. These are not world beaters in here, and she's 15 to 1 on the line with Mike Smith. So I'm going to do a little bit of a saver bet to win on Over Attracted, the 4 horse.
I like that. A 15 to 1 shot. That's where you make some money, right? And to recap a little bit, the very first race, Ray was all in on Hit the Road, but he was the favorite, so didn't get back as much as he wanted, I'm sure. So now you're seeing we have to put some money on some of these long shots, right? Yeah,
Croughavouke is 6 to 1 on the line, and that's probably a fair price for her. Jeff Mullins does really well at Del Mar. His specialty, turf horses, and she's really been unlucky. And I know this, as a Cub fan, I know about perseverance. You stay with it. 100 years or more. They finally win. She's only had 9 starts, so I'm going to stick with her here.
All right, Chris, you got to hear what Ray is going to do with his $100. What about you?
I like the argument he makes for Croughavouke, but I just hate relying on those type of late runners who are so dependent on a quick pace, and she's kind of a nibbler. Like Sadler's Joy, the time I was trying to race, always seems like everyone
money every time he runs. Money
burns money, and so if Croughavouke win, great, congratulations to Ray. But I'm against her in here. I do agree though. Cheermeister's a horse that at Gulfstream just didn't get bet at all, and all he did was win. But I think he is going to have some company on the front end today. Definitely with Laura's Light for sure. And then I don't know, maybe Flavien Prat sends She's So Special from the rail, but I can see Flavien sitting a little bit with her just behind Laura's Light and Cheermeister in there, and maybe sitting third and getting a really good trip. I'm not sure what to do in here with Warren Showtime. I mean, she had a great meet at Santa Anita. Craig Lewis had a great meet at Santa Anita, but I don't know if this caliber is going to class out against some of the ones in here. Yeah, it's not the toughest grade 2, but it still is a step up in class. If Warren Showtime win, great story. But she's another one that if she beats me, fine. The 2 I landed on in here, I'm going to play win place on 2 horses. Is She's So Special. She's coming out of those sprints against males, which she won. Now she stretches out. I don't think Flavien Prat is going to send her unless one of the other 2 speeds don't go. So I think she's going to get a good ground saving trip on the inside. She'll be the longer price of the Peter Military horses. So I'm going to go with She's So Special, 40 to win and 10 to place on her. And then the other one, in case Ray's theory of the race falling apart comes into play, I think Applecross is the other one to look at in here. Took some money in the U.S. debut, didn't really run badly, finishing third in the field of 11, beaten by Croughavouke in that race. But the poor draw, the Jimmy Durante, split the field. But again, you got to worry about the pace situation. You got to worry about maybe breaking poorly in there. But with those connections, Richie Baltas, for a guy who wins some graded stakes races at big numbers, I kind of like the number in there. So I'll go with one of the mid-price horses, the She's So Special, and the double-digit price with Applecross.
I hate to be like a favorite player, but I'm surprised neither one of you guys are going to look at Laura's Light even, because I think she's a little more versatile than just having to go the lead. And I'll tell you what, if both of the Peter Millers end up on the front end, you don't have to be at Del Mar to hear the fury that will come out of the mouth of Peter Miller. That is for sure. There is going to be some choice words to be had if that happens. So I think that we'll see a little bit better trip from at least one of them, I hope.
And then the great thing will be is that you're going to hear all those choice words with no fans in the stands. All those mics that guys out there will certainly pick all those up.
People will be on the beach like, what was that? I got to say this right now, guys. I cannot say that my view couldn't be any better, because take a look at that right there. We got about 150 horses schooling in the paddock right now, getting ready for the big race day today. I challenge you both sitting in your houses to have something better looking than that.
No, I have nothing better looking than that, unfortunately.
Nothing in Connecticut can beat that.
No, and like half of my house is packed up because we were getting ready to move before the pandemic struck in. So like I had storage boxes all ready to go.
Okay.
And so I have like a barren house right now. Was getting ready for like showing and stuff. So I got nothing good for you here, unfortunately.
Oh boy, how about you, Ray? What you got in your background that you can show us?
Well, I can take a few steps outside and see the Del Mar Grandstand, but that's about as close as I've been to it along the way.
Well, then you guys are both uber jealous. I know.
Yeah.
And this week, I'm not going to drop my iPad. Last week, my iPad went tumbling down to the paddock. This week, it's firmly on a table. So excellent choices from both you guys. Again, if you are at home, you can play along, head over to the DMTC website. And don't forget, if you guys are at home and you're still enjoying all the races, you make sure to take some pictures and post them. #HomeTurfClub. And we'll post your photos, we'll post your pictures, we'll post your videos on all of our social media streams here at Del Mar. So you can feel like you're involved at the races. We can feel like we're involved with you, because let's be honest, half of the fun of coming to Del Mar is getting to see the get-ups that people wear when they come out. Ray, do you have an opening day outfit or like a Del Mar outfit that you are saving for whenever people are allowed back?
I do have a shirt that's kind of a little brighter than most of the ones I have. So yes, I am. If hopefully it's before the end of the meeting, but if it's in the fall, it's in the fall. And Chris, we look forward to seeing you on TV on another network on ESPN. You guys do a great job with College Game Day. That's a must see every Saturday.
Well, I appreciate that, and we're all hoping that we certainly get the opportunity to come from a college campus, a football game this fall. We'll see what happens with that, but I know everybody's looking forward to hopefully whatever type of college football season we have. I think we all hope and think that we are going to have college football in some fashion in the fall, maybe starting mid to late September, maybe being only conference games. But we're hoping everything goes well and we're able to bring everybody to the sport and the coverage and the show everybody loves so much.
Who's got a better chance, me beating you or Kentucky the Wildcats being in the national championship?
You certainly have a much better chance of beating me. That's right. I'll tell you what, Mark Stoops has made that job like a destination type job. People, I don't think, really appreciate what he did last year, playing Lynn Bowden at quarterback. A guy who was basically a converted running back, wide receiver, running the ball 40, 50 times a game to win a bowl game and have the season that they had. He's had some great recruiting classes. And I think people a couple of years ago thought that they were going to kind of fall off the map a little bit with Allen and those guys leaving. But the Kentucky isn't going anywhere as long as Mark Stoops is there.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the good news is, even if we don't have football, we still have horse racing to depend on. So thank you guys both for joining us. Everybody else, don't forget to log on to DMTC, get your own pick so you can play versus Ray. Again, the top finishers get VIP tickets to the 2021 Breeders' Cup, which will be held right here at Del Mar. And if you're just sitting at home, get it dressed up in your finery, get a Del Margarita going, and send your pictures in #HomeTurfClub. And we'll check back here next week to see who was victorious. Chris, best of luck, and Ray, good luck to you as well.
Thank you. Well, good to see you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.